Everything runs through
TechNTortillas.
Everything runs through
TechNTortillas.
All right. Thank you, Coach McGuire, for that entrance to our Tortilla Talk. I'm your host, Nick Demincher. With me is Troy and Dallas. What's up, boys?
What's up, Keanu? How you doing, buddy?
That's right, baby. That's right. I'm telling you, we're going John Wick, man. Dallas paid me a big compliment before we got started, saying I look like Keanu. It's like the second or third person in the past couple of weeks. So we're making things work here. We're making things work.
I like it.
Dallas, what's up?
Oh, not much, man. Just ready to be the saviors of the Big 12.
Yeah, it feels like that. So great little episode for us today. Going to talk about a few things. Obviously, talk about the game last week, if you could call it a game. Going to talk about the Big 12 overall, kind of a mixed bag this week. Dallas has a fun graphic to show us. Worked really hard on it, so very excited to hear some explanations for his rankings, as well as some big personal news that I have. So without further ado, we'll get started. First thing, want to let everyone know that I have found a liver donor, and we are having surgery on the 30th of September. So thank you for everybody that has shared, reposted, all of that stuff. It really shows how powerful Red Raider Nation can be when one of our own needs some help. So we had hundreds of thousands of people share and like and all that through our different social media platforms, which blew my mind. Really appreciate it. Obviously, we had a donor and then fell through, but have another donor and looking forward to that. It's my little sister, so very, very grateful to her. But thank you to everyone who's been helping me with this. So September 30th, very excited. Now, enough of that. We can get straight into the game on Saturday. Kent State showed up, collected a paycheck, and left. What are your guys' thoughts? Good, bad, things we can work on? Troy, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I guess we can start with the good. Adam Hill had over 100 yards. How about them apples?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that would have been the first one? I know it was in garbage time, but again, Baron Morton looks good. Very consistent, clean game. And so you can't ask for any more there. Will Hammonds is a running machine, dual threat quarterback of the future. So offense looked great, and obviously the defense looked phenomenal. Again, the thick six was one of my favorite plays of all Saturday. So great showing by them.
Yeah, hey, be careful. We gotta be careful. Old Skylar Gill Howard, I don't think he likes that term. So I don't know if you guys saw the press conference after the game. He wasn't too excited about it being called a thick six. I think he's still in the belief that he's definitely still an athlete who happens to play on the D line. So careful with that. Careful with that thick six stuff.
I had even asked, because I don't think he's extremely thick, and I was like,
we
"Is
only
that
did
considered
2
a thick
C's.
six?"
It's only 2.
Well, first you got to make sure that you qualify it that it's with C's, right? Which again, Troy, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the youth think is that still cool?
I mean, it was a few years ago. I'm a little out of touch now, so
okay.
Well, I think the olds got a hold of it.
Yeah, Dallas, ask your wife.
I'll get back with you.
Yeah, she's like what, 24?
26.
There you go. Ask her. She can help us.
Yeah, we're just getting older, guys.
Yeah, your wife can help us. Anywho, yeah. So just let's think of a different name for it. Let's start a different trend because I think it hurt his feelings a little bit. He's an athlete, guys. Come on. It's not like he's 400 pounds running out.
Yeah, it wasn't Vince Wilfork out there.
You're just trying to help my guy. I'm just trying to help my guy. So we'll think of something new, but definitely awesome to see him score a touchdown. Dallas, what were your thoughts about the game?
Yeah, I thought it was really clean. Like all aspects of the game. I thought the pass pro was a lot better than last week. There were a few times Barron got hit, and it seemed like we really shored up that. I feel like Cam Dickey stepped up there. Um, I don't know if it's just this scheme, guys have longer to get open, or just more wide receiver talent, but I feel like everybody who catches the ball has like nobody within 20 yards of them half the time. And maybe that's the competition, but it's kind of absurd the amount of deep plays we've been able to hit. There should have been more this past week. Carter dropped a one on the sideline. Um, Speaking of Carter, that 50-yard catch that he drug like three people 15 yards was insane. I'm so excited to see him play some real competition. But yeah, defensive line continues to be just unreal. I went back and watched like the condensed game, and it's just they're just mashing guys. It's it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. To see some of those replays, I actually had to get on the old hub. That's what it was like watching it. You get
Pardon?
it. You get it. Couldn't find some of that stuff on ESPN. It
Yeah.
gets people a little too excited to watch, so we had to move it over to a different website.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Carter as well, breaking 1,000 yards for his career. Pretty cool.
Mhm.
I mean, hell, with this offense, it seems like he might break 1,000 yards in a season. So we'll see what happens there. I agree. It seems like everyone's getting way open. I'm going to be cautious about that and say it's a mixture of everything. I think threefold. Let's go threefold. First, competition's very poor, right? So you're going to see more open shots downfield. I think as a group, this wide receiving core mixed with tight ends, I think they are better as a group than last year. I know our top end receivers last year in the NFL now, right? But I think as a whole, we're better this year.
Yeah, Josh Kelly wasn't really
Yeah.
a guy to like separate from another dude. He
Right,
didn't have that
right.
kind of speed like Virgil does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Reggie Virgil's sick, and that's another
Yeah.
thing. So fourfold. We're going fourfold. Reggie Virgil's sick. This kid
This is
is
a lot
an
of
animal.
folds.
Yeah. Let's keep folding this bad boy as much as we can.
Yeah.
But then lastly, too, I do think, and we can say what we want. Zach Kitley, his dad still works for the school, so we like the Kitley family. I think he took his foot off the gas a lot, and I think his offense wasn't built to have breakout plays like that. I think
the offensive line,
Well, yeah, and you don't have time either. Yeah, okay, good point.
Yeah.
Let me let's protect Zach Kitley. But I think with Leftwich, I think Mac, I think that's just his play calling too. I think it's all of it.
I'd like to fold
yeah.
it one more time.
Go ahead.
Bryson Jones. Is that Randy Moss out there?
Yeah. I mean, dude, what are you going to do? So it is exciting to see that. And I have a feeling like, and Coach McGuire said this earlier, like we're going out there to score, and Barron echoed this. We're not going out there to like get up by, 20 points, 15 points, whatever. I know I just said two numbers that are not easy to be divisible by in football. But
Easy numbers to come off the top of your head.
yeah. We're not going to get
Look,
up
we're
there
not
by,
kicking 2
4
field goals
or by
against
5.
safety.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not going to get up there by 2 points.
Knock out this math. What do we need? We need a safety,
exactly. But I think the team is we want to score, and we want to score a lot. And if we're scoring, we're going to keep scoring. Whereas, say what you want, but last year that didn't feel like the goal. It felt like let's score and then let's protect, right? And everyone knows that's loser talk. It's not how you win football games. And we saw it happen too many times last year where we were up by 15 points and couldn't get the job done. So I'm excited to see that. Let's talk about some things we can work on, guys, because I know we're all going to say the same stuff, but did not like the red zone offense. You gotta be able to get a yard against a team of that caliber when everyone knows what you're doing. And I know that's what everyone's talking about right now, but it's true, right? So that was a big concern. I still, this is just personal, but like, I hate that we gave up 2 touchdowns. even though I know it wasn't our first team playing defense, I just feel like our team is so much better that we can't be giving up scores like that to that type of offense. And Troy, your boy Adam Hill had over 100 yards. He also had a fumble. So just getting that cleaned up a little bit. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think the goal line thing is getting a little bit overblown. Like you look around the country, I think that just kind of happens sometimes. Like Georgia got stood up on the 1 yard line by Austin P. Like I think that just can happen. I think they were still 4 for 6 in the red zone.
Yeah.
One, like the drive got killed from penalties, which was just dumb stuff. But I don't know. I think that time will tell on that. At the first game, we moved bodies out of the way just fine, averaged like over 10 yards a carry the whole game. I'm also curious of how much of that is just plain vanilla blocking schemes. They're showing as little as they possibly can on what they're going to do in the red zone, try to bring it out for the first time against Utah.
Yeah. Troy, what do you think?
Kick returns, Tristan Gentry, poor guy, dude. We can't let the guy, have one. I mean, the penalties were a little frustrating. I mean, we're going to need that field position against better teams, and so really can't be shooting ourselves in the foot. It feels like anytime we get a return over, 10 yards, it gets called back, and so
fellas, hey,
that was
praise the
frustrating.
returner.
Yep. Yeah. No hands.
Praise the
Joey said that
returner.
in
No
like
hands.
4 different interviews.
Joey won't stop saying it. We need shirts.
Yep.
Praise the returner, boys. Praise the returner.
We got to knock that off, and then
No,
outside,
we got to start it.
right now.
Knock off the
Everybody
penalties
hands up for
by
the
praising
podcast.
the returner. Because if
I
you're
wanna
praising the returner, Troy,
I want to
Can't
see
touch
the
him.
first punt against Oregon State. Everybody just running around with their hands up like this.
yeah, he's looking like Beaker from the Muppets. I'm old.
Yeah, and outside of that, I don't think of any other complaints. You got to stop the penalties. That's that was my big frustration.
Are you
And then
guys
the 14
worried?
points.
Are you guys worried that we didn't cover?
Yeah, I brought that up about midway through, just because it looks like it was a sure thing, and you got to cover for the people of Lubbock, and we didn't do that. Good teams
Yeah.
win, great teams cover.
Yeah, that was concerning. Concerning, in my opinion, not covering that. I didn't realize that we weren't going to cover until the announcer said, with like 2 minutes left, he's like, "This game may seem out of reach, but there's a lot of interested fans." And I was like, "Oh shoot, yeah,
Yeah, and
that's right. It was 49.5."
I thought Hill was going to bust that run too.
If any people though outside of like Tech fans are betting on a 48.5 point line, y'all are some
Sick.
Well,
some
it was
degenerates.
Bud Elliott's sicko play of the week was to fade Tech on it. So it
The
meant
fact
something to me
though
a
that
little
we were
bit.
covering at halftime though, and then, or I guess we were
No,
1 point
no,
away
we
from
weren't.
covering
We were one.
halftime.
Yeah, we were
But
1 point away
I
the whole
did
time.
see some of betting Twitter was furious at us when I was searching some replies.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
It
Sorry.
is what it is. We'll get. I think we cover this week.
Yeah, I think 20. Was it 20.5? 21?
21.
23, I thought.
Oh,
It's
it's
now.
gone up.
already.
We'll see. So, sounds like we all feel the same way. I'm ready to start playing some real teams. This Oregon State's had some bad luck. I think they're not. I'm not saying they're good, but I think they could be 1-1 right now. They've had some bad luck. But I'm excited to hopefully smash them and really start getting people's attention. You know what I would love is, and we'll get in this. We have a preview show coming out later this week, but I would love to see us win again, like 60-10. I think that would really catch people's attention.
Yeah, Oregon State has a top 20 passing offense, so if we can,
Yeah, their
if
quarterback's
it's,
good.
yeah, if it looks like it has the past couple weeks on defense still or close to that, then I think there's going to be, I think we could really jump up the polls going into that Utah game.
Yeah, I think if we smoke them, 100%. I think we
Yeah.
go. I think we go like 6 to 16th or 15th.
Yeah.
So let's next topic here, boys. Let's talk about the Big 12. Big 12 as a whole. And I know I flipped what we're talking about, Troy, but I think we should talk about this first. What do we think about the Big 12 as a whole, fellas?
I think it could be pretty top heavy this year. Like, to be honest, I think that, you got the three teams that look like the most complete with Tech, Utah, and Iowa State. But I think that second upper tier, maybe of TCU, Baylor, we'll see what BYU is. I think that could still be solid, but the bottom half of the conference might be really bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking is, while we're out here praising the returner, I think the Big 12 should just be praising us. That's my thoughts.
Wow, that's insightful, Nick.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a theme. There's a theme going on. Troy, what do you think?
Yeah, I echo that. Baylor's looked, pretty good in tough games. I mean, they're 1-1, obviously, so not super good, but that's going to be interesting. Sawyer Robinson's probably, in the top one or two, three guys that for the Heisman right now.
System
Obviously, it's
quarterback.
still early. What's that?
See the system quarterback.
System quarterback that throws for
Yeah.
like 400 yards.
Yeah,
No, they just can't
exactly.
do anything
Heck had
else.
those.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's all on his shoulder. Kansas State's fallen off a mountain pretty fast. I mean, yeah, I definitely think there's a few tiers to it. I wonder where that first and second tier, to Dallas's point, ends, because I think people would tell you TCU is pretty good, even though they've only played, one game. So it'll be interesting to see where they shape up as well. Iowa State has won. Obviously, they've won 3 games, but they haven't looked great in, they're doing what they do all the time, right? Close games, and they're well coached, and they just find a way to win, which is a good quality to have. But who knows? And then Arizona State was extremely disappointing. Good. I mean, I would have liked to see the Big 12 get a couple more wins from the Power 4 games, and unfortunately dropped a couple of them this past week.
I guess the
Yeah.
second tier, you could probably include Kansas and Arizona State as well.
Yeah, I think I was absolutely nail on the head with Arizona State. I said it from the beginning. I don't think they're good. I think, you know what? Sometimes people get lucky. I think last year just was divine intervention and a guy named Cam Scadaboo. But this year I just don't. I think I think they're back to reality of what they were supposed to be last year. That's just what I think. They were supposed to be the worst team in the league last year. They weren't. Cam Scadaboo leaves, and they return a lot of the same players from last year. I know it's only one game, but I think they're going to lose a lot more games. I think they're going to be more of what they were supposed to be last year. And I think they got lucky and found someone amazing in Cam Scadaboo last year.
You think like bottom of the Big 12, what they were supposed to be
No,
last
I
year?
don't think bottom of the Big 12, because I think the Big 12 has a lot of bad teams. But
Yeah.
like I don't think they were top 12 and now they're out of the top 25. So that tells me that I'm not the only one that thinks that, but I think I was the first one to think it. I'm just saying I never would have had him ranked 12. But to go from 12th to unranked. Now I will say this too. This is what and Troy, you'll love this. This is what pisses me off about the SEC bias, right? You can lose a game in the SEC to a bad team and you won't fall out of the rankings. But in the Big 12, you lose one game by 1 point or whatever it was, 2 points, whatever, and now you're out of the ranking completely.
To the SEC.
What's that? Yeah. What's that?
I said into the SEC.
Yeah. Mississippi State.
Like
yeah.
It doesn't even make sense going either way.
Yeah. So I think that kind of just as much as I think I'm right about Arizona State, I don't think they deserve to fall out of the rankings.
Well, and that being said, same logic, right? Mississippi State was a terrible team last year.
2-10.
So that doesn't help their case. I know it's not an easy place to play, but They probably won't win many more games this year either. So that's one of our top teams losing.
I don't think it is.
But
Not in
yeah,
the Nick Dimitri graphic.
not in the Dimitri graphic.
So
I think
no,
the other thing too is it's going to be a lot harder for our teams to move up. And so, like, you think about a Utah and even us, I think Iowa State should be ranked higher. I mean, you look at their resume, and while they haven't been blowing teams out, they're still 3-0. And so you talk about what teams have gone on the field and done, they've done the most, right? And so still not
three times. Yeah.
Yeah, how about
Some would say,
Clemson being ranked
they
ahead
have
of
the
them?
best possible record.
Yeah.
Clemson being ahead of them with a 1-1 record and nearly blowing a game to Troy is just outrageous.
Yeah. So I have a little
man,
bit of a gripe with that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and the thing that sucks most is, and I don't care to root for the Big 12, like, I love Texas Tech, and that's who I care about. But it is unfortunate that like things like this are going to impact how many schools get into the playoff from the Big 12, and it's definitely this year seems like a one-team league.
Yeah, I think if you can
definitely
have
feels
an
like it.
upper echelon though of 3 or 4 teams that all, if you get one that goes 12-0, a couple go 11-1, something like that, I think you can get 2 teams in. But it's gonna be tough. We're gonna have to
I
not
think
eat each other alive.
I think the only way we get it is like through us, Utah, maybe Iowa State. I mean, because we don't play Iowa State, but Utah, like we would almost have to have a scenario where we beat them and then they beat us or something in the championship to get 2 teams in. And
No,
obviously,
I mean, I think you could go like if Tech beats Utah, and then even if Iowa State's 11-1, and depending on how that tiebreaker works out, I think you could get all 3 teams in.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think if there are 3 teams 11-1 or 12-0, you can't get because they're not going to leave out a team that loses in the Big 12 championship and put over an 11-1 team.
The only way
reason
that
AP poll voters love Utah.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah.
really do.
They still give
but
them a lot of credit.
I think the only way it happens is if Texas Tech. It would have to be Texas Tech and Utah, and Utah would have to, but then Utah would be 12-2 or 11-2.
I think you saw that with SMU last year, though. SMU went 11-1. They lost an out of conference game to BYU at home, and then lost in the conference championship, and they got in.
These early rankings are so messy, though. I mean, it's
going
shaping
to
up.
move
There's
around a lot. Yeah.
11 teams from the SEC already in it, which you could say there could be a few more or even a few less in there, but. Yeah, I mean, we need a couple more games. I thought the other interesting one was BYU. I don't know. Their defense is obviously very sound, but my goodness, I'm not very scared of their offense. I stayed up and watched that game. It wasn't very great. It felt like they were supposed to have this like powerful punch the entire time. They just couldn't ever really get that breakaway play. But
yeah, people can talk all the crap they want. I don't see how anyone is close to. I mean, Utah has beaten bad teams. I don't think anyone's near us talent level.
Oregon State might be better than UCLA. Like this game that we have up against Oregon State might be
that's like
the best team that either Tech and Utah play going into that game.
Like here's what I'll say: if we beat Utah even by 2 scores, I think the Big 12 is going to be easy.
Well, yeah, you beat the
no,
best
but
team
not even a concern.
I think you still have to watch though about getting snake bit. You win a bunch of games and then you go into a game thinking you're going to win it. I mean, there was still, Texas and Oklahoma teams that had much superior talent to the rest of the conference that would lose to other teams that were, had 6, 7 wins. So it can happen, but yeah, if we beat Utah, we might be touchdown favorites or more the rest of the way in.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see a game where we're not favored.
No. I mean, right now the only game we're not favored in is is Utah, and it's only by like 3 points.
Which is what they give you when you're the home team.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, with all that being said, I believe we have a first of the season new graphic to show. Dallas, would you like to walk us through your graphic?
Well, Troy, I still can't see the graphic, so I might have to. But we went through this pre-show. All right, my camera's probably gonna cut out. Let me know if you can still hear me. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
And we can see the graphic.
I can't see it for some reason. Okay. So start at the bottom or the top?
Wait, hang on. Before let's take a quick break. How are we looking on this Monday night football game?
Bears are
We
trying
got
to give this game away.
Who just got in there?
from the top for Hopes, Poopsie Huggins.
Wait.
You see him? He snuck in.
Oh God.
Bears are
Where
trying to
did he
give
come
this
from?
game away.
What's the score of the game?
10-6.
10-6.
This is disgusting.
Who's winning?
It was this one.
Chicago, but they're dominating this game, and they literally JJ McCarthy just threw like a 30-yard pass, and they hit a 59-yard field goal.
So
Okay,
what?
tap
What's the score?
10-6.
Oh, going
And
to
this
halftime.
segment is just
Yeah.
Anthony narrating the Monday night football game.
Have you seen Eli and Peyton? Have you seen
Was-
Eli and Peyton?
Yeah, this is Anthony, Nick, Troy,
This
and
is where the
Dallas.
money's at.
Yeah. All right, Dallas, show us.
All right, we'll start at the top, like we talked about. There's 3 teams, specifically 3 elite red teams: Texas Tech, Utah, and Iowa State, who are going to have to carry this conference if we're going to be a multi-bid league. Next coming up, I've got BYU, TCU, and Baylor grouped. The Divine Dweebs. We all know what a bunch of dorks, especially there are over at Baylor with their dumb tradition with all those losers running on the field at the beginning of the game. So I felt that was a suiting here for them. Kansas in a league of their own. I don't know what that collapse was against Missouri, but they look like big dumb birds. Uh, we got Big Bird and D Reynolds from It's Always Sunny. And then Scattaboohoo. Still got Arizona State ranked in kind of the middle of the pack. But then Cam Scattaboo with negative overall yardage yesterday with the Giants as they dropped a game, and he tried to get as much CTE in his brain as possible. Then the mid-red teams: Arizona, Cincinnati, Houston, Alabama. Yes, Alabama's playing like a mid what used to be called the mid 12, now specifically the mid red 12. Yeah, I'm not ready to say Alabama is back despite them staying in the rankings and beating an FCS team. Then we got the Cheeks class: UCF, West Virginia, and Colorado. You could honestly put these in the next tier, but the next tier is just so egregiously bad that they had to get a Mega Cheeks class of their own.
Oh, Mega Cheeks.
Yeah, Kansas State losing to Army, should have lost the game to an FCS team, and then Oklahoma State just disgracing the legacy of Mike Gundy, the Big 12, everything he's done at that school. Just it seems so long ago that they were in a Big 12 championship because of how low that team has fallen. They might go 2 straight years without a Big 12 win.
Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, that's not good. Troy, what are your thoughts about this graphic?
I think it's pretty accurate. I don't know what my favorite. I mean, my favorite tier is the elite red teams. I think it's well done. Those are different shades of red, so that's super exciting. And they've all won all of their games. So
You got 3 different shades of red in there, so love to see that.
Yeah, and so I think that's fine. The mid-red teams, definitely a lot of different shades of red there as well. They in that group, there are a lot of teams that are hungry to get out of that group though too. So Dallas talked about slipping up. You don't want to slip up and end up in the mid-red teams. So you just gotta take every week seriously.
Well, and I think that's a good call out too, Troy, because as you can see with the mid-red teams, it knows no bounds.
No,
the mid-red team does not care that you're in the SEC or any other conference. You could find yourself as a mid-red team.
I've always said it. These are my favorite power rankings because you won't get that take anywhere else. I mean,
No.
come on, this is Dallas Hall's, hot
People
take.
people
like
are bound. Here's what's sad. People are bound by conferences. Hell, they're even bound by college football. Some of these aren't even football. We've got Big Bird out here.
That's a
All right.
great call.
T. Reynolds is out there.
And
we don't hold ourselves to just football. We're more than that.
Yeah, and I'm almost about to just talk about the entire graph because I love it that much. But I mean, the Scataboo,
We're
a nice
literally
touch.
doing the thing where we just explain the meme and just fucking hammer this joke into the fucking ground right now. I don't understand
Hey,
what this segment has turned into, but
Cry Me a River, Scataboo hoo.
Well,
I
and the
thought I liked
Giants get
that.
rid of
that
Daniel
Dallas,
Jones.
you're about to find yourself in that class.
And just the different tiers of cheeks. I mean, cheeks
There's
to
a lot
mega
of
cheeks. Yeah.
We're about to clap them.
We should add a segment to the podcast where we just do our tweet that got the most likes and just explain it.
The tweet of the week.
You see, this is our game day essentials. We have batteries right here because we throw batteries at the opposing fans and team.
We could just call it our.
People keep getting pissed that we're putting HEB tortillas in there. They don't like that we're implying that we throw those.
Yeah. Those are for eating.
Those are for eating. Dude, yeah, hey, the point is we're getting sales for HEB, folks. Okay,
hey,
that's the point.
And then comment on what Jose should add next to that bit next week.
Yeah. You too. You could find your own example on our next tweet.
Yeah. My what I want Jose to add is a handgun just in the home essentials.
Jesus, dude. I mean, I understand the humor, but we'll end up getting arrested, Troy.
I'm gonna edit that out, actually.
No, leave it.
Yeah, it's funny.
And then the next week he's gonna put a pipe bomb on there.
Well, you gotta be careful, Dallas, because next week's in Utah. Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, I like that. It's almost like we have our millennial segment where we got to explain what we're making jokes about.
Yeah, so that way, for all of our followers who are like 40 or 50 plus.
Yeah. So I mean, that way they understand. Because I mean, I'm there. 32 ain't what it used to be. No. All right. Well, appreciate it, fellas. Good time. I had a good time today, boys. Good time.
Good times.
Yeah. Good time. So Troy, you said we've got another show coming to close the week. Looking forward to this game.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. We put Anthony keeps talking about it. Let's just hope he is about it. And
he was here for like 2 minutes.
Well, I don't know what that was. He just got on and then was just staring at the TV.
I had to shoot him a text because he kept unmuting himself. And I was like, dude, we can hear the TV.
Dude, you got to be careful with him. He's a wild card, man. You can't just add him to things.
No, I
know. You gotta be focused. Yeah. Well, good news is he watched the whole entire Oregon State, both games. So he'll be able to give some good insight for the game this week. Say what you want about Anthony. He knows his football. The man knows ball. So it'll be interesting to hear what his thoughts are after watching both Oregon State games. So we'll post that later this week. But other than that, let's get a W, boys.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, 3-0. Hey, wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em.
find out. Everything runs through.
TechNTortillas.
Everything runs through.
TechNTortillas.